officially, I know we kind of teased it 2 weeks ago, but officially, Mariella is back in the building. Smoothie, round of applause here. Round of applause here for Mariella.
Yeah.
Finally back in the
Yay,
building.
I'm happy to be back.
Mary, welcome back. I mean, you've missed a lot of things, seen a lot of things in Cowboys Nation.
I know.
Had to deal with the Mavs and what went on there. I know. We won't
No, let's not even get me started.
Yeah, I will not bring up the Mavs. My bad. I'm sorry. Just saying. Had to throw it out there. I was cheering for Luka and the whole nine. Man, everybody tuning in, man. Give it a like, give it a share, man. We're going to build this thing on up and see what it do. Smoothie, how you feeling, brother?
Oh, feeling good. Good time, good day. Nice heat out here.
Oh, it's nice heat here, too.
Yeah,
we finally hit
hot.
it. For everybody in Texas that was complaining about this 70, rainy degree weather, well, you got it today because up here in East Texas, it was a hundo.
Yeah, it's hot. Oof.
But outside of that, Spoon, go right ahead. How hot was it up there? Let us know.
Oh, it was 88 degrees out here. I'm like,
Oh God,
I'm like,
you amateur. You're
come
such
on.
an amateur.
The iPhone app says 78. Why it feels like why it says 88? You know, I don't understand, but I know you guys are hot. I know you guys are hot out there.
Yeah, you know, we stay hot. We stay hot in the building. You already know what it is.
Of course.
Hold on. Wait for it. 3, 2, 1. Maybe I'm looking down there he goes. There he is. That boy Jay Tuck's in the building.
Yeah.
Jay Tuck said,
"What is this? Who is this?
New app, who this?
Hey, welcome back. Yeah,
Glad to be back, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting these shares up. You know, talk amongst yourselves. All right, we got these shares going. Everybody, again, give it a like, give it a share, tune in, drop the comments as we're going to get into this thing. You know, been a while for Mary. You know, J Tuck was going to miss Mary coming back through the building.
Actually, I was getting on. I saw a tweet. I was like, Mary? No, let me hop on real quick.
Mary coming back is like, if anybody is a WWE wrestling fan, when they come and announce next week on Raw, we have a ex-champion coming back and forth, and everybody's waiting like, oh my God, is it this guy all week? Back, y'all. Back.
Oh my God! Here she is.
The music hits. The music hits, and it goes down.
Get that glass shatter.
There you go.
Yeah, in the building. So with that being said, Barry, off the top of these OTAs, you've been kind of perusing and looking and seeing things. Go ahead and give us some of your thoughts off the top about what's been going on with these OTAs.
Dak looks healthy. I mean, he's, scrambling and, running, and that's what I was really worried about. That's what I wanted to see. It looks like he's mentally not afraid, which is really important. So I'm very happy to see that. It looks like our offense is going to be picking up right where it left off, which is amazing.
I mean, not just amazing, Mary. Super Bowl-esque possible offense we're talking about here. Right. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely the offense for sure. I mean, every day we're hearing that guy CeeDee Lamb in the building doing work, picking up where he left off last season, out here mossing people,
Yes.
We hear about nowhere about a gal get behind a particular cornerback today. We'll kind of talk about that here in a little bit. But, I think a lot of it is, man, and Spoon, I'll kick this to you. Man, the energy and vibe feels different, right? Like we've been doing this for some years now. We've been through this is what our third, fourth together, doing these training camps, these OTAs together, and whatnot. And man, the vibe feels different. Is it the buy-in? Is it the culture change? Is it Dak? Like to you, what is so different so early?
I'm gonna say it's definitely the culture change. It's definitely the situation where we saw life without Dak as Cowboy fans, and to see him come back and talk about culture when he signed his contract, and then we see, of course, the how the players are responding to the new acquisition, to the coaching staff and Dan Quinn, and this is McCarthy's full first offseason, and how the players are buying in, and when we have NFL news that every team does not have to go to OTAs. But when you hear the Cowboys are 100% attendance at OTAs. When you hear that the media is trying to say, well, we didn't see Zeke here, and the coach steps up and says, well, Zeke is in the building the whole week, the whole time. We're seeing the changes that we all been asking for. And it starts off with culture. Once you get a culture change, then everything falls in place. And I'm so excited, especially how the players are responding to just practice. I mean, this is 3 times better than before. For the first time, nobody's privileged. Everything's up for grabs. You got to work for yours, and that will bring out the best out of each player. LVE's comments about him being out of position for 2 years and him talking about how he's going to get it. He's going to give it. That's the thing that gets me going. Now, I'm going to stop here because I already see the Spoonie Minute about to come out, and I don't want that. So I'm feeling good right now, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
No doubt. Hey, real quick for everybody in the back, man, for whatever reason, I'm seeing your chats via the phone, man. The chats are not populating over here. You know, we like to interact with y'all, but keep firing them comments and everything. I'll definitely interact whether I can get them up here or not. I'll same question to you, Jay. So what do you think the early on difference really is here in the different energy? Is it just a return of 4? Is that what it is? Or what do you think?
Yeah, I don't want to say it's just a return of 4. I think it's a return of a lot of players. I mean, you have our offensive line back. Like I said, for me personally, when I saw, Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, and Zach Martin, I kind of relaxed. Like, all right, it's going to be okay. And I feel like you kind of see that going through the locker room. Then you add on Dak Prescott, you add new energy in Dan Quinn. And a lot of players are saying that they're having fun, right? Even though, like Spoon said, there's a lot of competition going on, the players seem to be at this point having fun playing football. Randy Gregory mentioned that in his press conference. Like, I'm enjoying playing football. And I feel like going through what we went through last year, I feel like a lot of players are just rejoicing. They're ready to get back because they know that the talent is there in Dallas. They just didn't meet the expectations. So I think a lot of the players, they're ready to kind of run things back and get things set. So, I think that's what you're kind of seeing throughout the Cowboys Nation in the locker room, but also just to the fans as well, man. We're kind of excited from what we're seeing, what we're hearing, because we got a lot of new exciting pieces, and it's that unknown, especially with these rookies. And so, yeah, I'm feeling good, man. A lot better than I was on draft night, to be honest.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think it's a conglomerate of things. I think, Spoon hit on some things. Tuck, I think you hit on some things. I think the other thing is maybe just a little bit different level of competition. What they couldn't get last year from this coaching staff during all the what should I call them? There's no OTAs, right? They were doing stuff, a lot of via Zoom calls and everything. It wasn't on the field for this time. So some of that's got them amped up some, and they got these coaches out here coaching. Even Steve Lambright has been on records like, man, we saw what he did as a rookie. Like, man, I missed this last year, not getting into this, and really it's his first time of going through these OTAs, this kind of setup. And he was saying, hey, man, I really did miss some of that. So I'm with you. I think it's some, not just the Dak coming back, but that O-line being in place, Spoon, the culture changing as Dak talked about, and that culture changing is with Dan Quinn coming in somewhat, and then also creating this competition and people are paying notice like LVE, right? We've kind of talked about LVE and the, he's like a man on fire with the way he's talking, the way he's practicing currently. Again, we got to wait till we get to camp. That's why I don't want to put too much stock in what we're seeing. Like Notion Rott's playing well, which is great, but walk through that door. Obviously Kelvin Joseph just came back from COVID. He got a lot of time already. Well, they were talking about today, right? 7-on-7. Well, it's Neal and Parsons, and we're not seeing the other guys. Oh, my God. To me, I don't really put a lot of stock into this stuff right now until we actually get to camp. So are we buying the drills? Yeah, you want to win. Yeah, I don't like hearing the Diggs let Noah Brown and Michael Gallup get behind him, obviously. Right. But I don't think it's time to just freak out, though, as well. Mary, thoughts on where we're at now is where we're headed on that?
I mean, yeah, a lot of everything you guys said. I think it makes a big difference when last year we have a whole new coaching staff and a lot of new players, and you're starting off where you just have to do everything by Zoom. It's hard to set the tone. It's hard to get all of your points across when you're not seeing each other in person every day. You're not in meetings. You're not on the field. And, on top of that, like Tuck said, the O-line being back, all of those guys are leaders. They're hard workers. And they make a difference. And obviously, Dak and Zeke, Dak being back helps a lot. But Zeke has been, better than we've ever seen him so far in any camp to date. So I think all that makes a difference when you got new coaches that are able to actually be there physically with all the new guys and the young guys. Plus you got your older guys that are healthy, that are determined. And, you know, when other players see that, whether they're new and veterans or whether they're new and rookies, seeing all that and seeing it all come together, it makes you want to work that much harder.
Big facts. Big facts. Real quick, give us a shout out, man. Dallas Cowboys Uncensored in the building. We see you, Dwayne Wright. What's going on? Elazar Mendoza's in the building. Appreciate you as always. David Jenkins, Dre the Great as well. Let me hop over here to Facebook, man. Again, for whatever reason, man, our chat's a little messed up, but I'll give y'all some shout outs real quick while we're going on, man, for sure. Oh, let me get in here over in the old book. Oh, no, don't let me get on the book. That's fine. All y'all over on the book, appreciate y'all as well. Hey, let me get in there. All right, so Spoon, what do you think? Are you putting a lot of stock into what's going on right now as it pertains to the OTAs and whatnot before we get to training camp, or are you just looking for some breadcrumbs? What do you like so far? What do you and is it too early to overreact on anything?
I'm kind of balanced. I'm not gonna listen. We can't predict what this deep. You know what? Let me make this clear. I got you. When it boils down to what this defense is going to be about, what they're going to run, all that stuff, I think that's something that we're going to see more towards training camp. I think that's been the one thing we've been focused on too much. I'm more focused on the guys, the individual players that we acquired this offseason and what they're doing. I like to what Nathan Wright was doing. We during the NFL draft, we was all, scratching our head on some of these moves because they didn't know exactly what was going on until Coach Quinn came out and spoke. So when we hearing a 4th round pick or a 5th round pick, Sean Wright, big tall corner, is doing some nice thing drills. 3rd round?
Third, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So make sure we put him where he was at.
Try to make it easier. When we hear that he's doing his thing, that's encouraging. When we hearing guys like, say, Michael Parsons playing, they're trying all 3 spots, and that makes me feel good, especially when he's making a play on a pass. Those are the things that we should be encouraged about, is the individual play. And we hearing the most important thing, we love what our defensive coordinators bring to the table. Mm-hmm. That's the thing we love. Right now, when it comes to the other stuff, I think we have to be patient with and wait. Just be patient. We all excited. I'm excited. Tuck's excited. Mr. Mary's excited. Excited. We all excited. Right. But be patient, because we don't know yet, and that's a great thing. We always know in the past. Let's just wait. Be patient and wait. That's a beautiful thing.
Real quick, I got to read on Facebook, man. Shout out to Ryan's in the building, Carol Flowers in the building, T-Lock's in the building, Mark Cantor, the Mr. President of Fatties, as always, is here. Donald Weaver, Morris Gadsden, Dominic Toe, Mr. Anthony, Mark Anthony, I see you as well, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all can shoot them comments and questions over there. I'll get them on here. I can't post them tonight, man. There's a little link there, but I can definitely see the questions for sure. Okay, guys, and we'll get to those. J-Tuck, we're seeing some people kind of overreact, right, somewhat to what's happening to these OTAs and mini camps. To me, I think we should just put a little water on it. It's okay right now.
Right. I think what people are overreacting to is the play on the field. What I'm really paying attention to is the energy and the mindset, right? And you can kind of see the difference in the mindset from a few of these players. I mean, even Tony Pollard today, for you to show up the peace signs and practice at OTAs, that means you have a new chip, right? Mm-hmm. You see CeeDee Lamb is going up, all these clips, like he is going up like the game is on the line and snagging stuff out of the air. And me personally, every time I'm watching, like, bro, like, hey, chill out a little bit, like, calm down. But that's the mindset that some of these players have. You hear it with Ezekiel Elliott, you hear it with Micah Parsons, and just the way they interview, the way they speak. That's what I'm really paying attention to. Once we put the pads on, when we go to Oxnard, then that's when I'll be kind of, okay, well, Diggs got beat 5 times today. They don't make sense because no one has no pads on. Like, we've all played this game, different sports, where it's like, all right, people look good in practice, just talking about practice, but when the game comes on, what are you really going to do? So, I mean, it's good to hear things about these rookies because it's all the glimpse that we get, right? So we hear Nathan Wright got a pick, but what was really the situation when these picks and different things are happening? Really can't buy too much into it, but I'm looking at the attitude and, pretty much the energy that you're bringing on a day-to-day. I feel like right now the tone is great and at a very high level in Dallas.
Yeah, as always, and I call this, man, we're in the honeymoon season, y'all.
Right,
we got new shiny toys, anything that we hear about them. Oh, we hear anything good. Oh, the No Shine Right train's firing off and going all of a sudden. Now people kind of want to kind of bury Kelvin Joseph. I'm like, hey, just look,
chill.
Enjoy the ride, man. It is hard. I get it. Even me, I get caught up in it. I'm not going to lie.
Because we're about to go to that gap. We're about to go to that dark day, that gap. So, you got to enjoy it. But,
right. So it's like, I just a little temperament from everybody, because I did start seeing on social media, I saw people talking about, oh, Diggs might be in trouble. Maybe he don't even play there. I was like, bro, like I literally saw a tweet like, maybe Diggs loses his spot. I was like, dude, it is way too smoothie with that round 29. But yeah, no, it was way too soon for that kind of talk. So I was like, you know what? Let's talk a little bit tonight. Look, let's enjoy what's happening. Let's enjoy the good stuff. And listen to what they're saying. And like you said, attitude, temperament, things of that nature. And again, I do think the one thing about it, where everyone at is, man, it feels like, right? It really feels like folks is buying in and are here. Even that Dak came out today. It was like, I buried my ankle like Cinco de Mayo. I went dancing.
Right.
I buried it. Obviously, they're going to ask the question. He even made a comment about it's going to be on his tombstone, whatever. Like, he's moved on. He's ready. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just one of those things. Well, Mary, can I get Mary back in here? No, Mary, come back in. I'm going to drop you. Come back in. Boom. But, yeah, man, just a lot of those different things that was going on to me. And like, I was starting to see the knee jerks happening. And I was like, whoa. Right. We're in shells. We're in pets, let's take the good with the bad for sure, right? But let's not get too over our skis, if you will, about what's happening. Let's get there and see. Because I saw a nice little Twitter breakdown of Jalen Smith, but he hasn't really been on the field. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and cut him.
That's all they needed. That's all they need to run.
Oh yeah, Dylan Parsons. They're the majority of the snaps. Get him out. I'm like, man, I think you brought up the question on Twitter. What can Jalen do to win you back? And I think
nothing.
Maybe he was maybe he had the same kind of verbiage that LVE had, maybe. But boy, Jalen is the new whipping stick. But he is the man. They any little thing, and boy, they are right up. Like, guys, let's remember we got injuries at the linebacker core last year. No matter what you think about him,
right?
As we talked about, he came into the league last season ranked number 7 by PFF. Right. Now we know what happened last season. He exited about the season at 44, but there's still something in there. Okay, there's still something in there. Spoonie.
Right. That got signed. They pointed all them guns at Jalen. All right. Well, we'll
get out of there, bro. Like, I was like, boy, Jalen. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately. Let me look over here. Like I said, because Mike Nolan tried that first quarter of the season, big facts, converting into the 3-4 scheme. Yeah, it's multiple. They're going to do some things. They've already talked about. Dave Hellman from DallasCowboys.com said that in the 3-man front, it was Urban at one end. Interesting enough, it was Carlos Watkins at the other end. So pause. Should we all of a sudden have like, oh, Carlos Watkins got a position here, guys? It's time.
Trouble. Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys. Train like, man, they're plugging and playing. They're installing offense. They're installing defense, and they're going to. This is the time they can experiment and do some certain things. Look at some multiple fronts and see how guys kind of work together until it gets to camp. But man, no ifs, ands, or buts, I should say. CeeDee Lamb, now Spoon, now I'm not. If you were to give me that bet this year, I'm gonna give you some pause. Maybe a little pause. Yeah, maybe a little pause on that bet this season. Maybe a little pause on that bet this season. But go ahead. But Spoon, as you were talking about, as you threw the hashtag 29. Hey, KZ's been there. He's been lights out so far. There's been a little rumbles about Donovan Wilson. He got a little nicked up or whatnot. Curse had a good couple of days of practice. Got a pick 6 even. Are you feeling bad? Even though you put the number 29, I know our guy Dominic Toad threw that in there as well.
Well, it is a thing.
How you feeling about the safety?
Here's the thing. I'm gonna start off by saying this. When we have the First Lady, Miss Mariella, back on the show, we have the Messiah and BJ Nix. We have the tag team champions of safeties, and myself and Jay Tuck. And we got my man who puts the battery in my back, and Dominic on the side. And we got the safety. We got the safety fans who support the tag team champs, and Mark Cantor and everybody else. My thing is this, and again, I just want an experienced safeties. I mean, seriously, I want a nice tandem. That's what I asked for. A nice, solid tandem. That's all it is. Right now, we have no future as of right now in safety. Even to look at Donovan Wilson,
but 29's not a future in safety though either. Though
no, he's
to
not.
Be honest.
He's not. But in my opinion, I just think I think he could ball. I think he could be that leader, that definitely that leader in that secondary that we actually need. Listen, I like Kazi. We still got to see more. I'm just worried about the ankle injury and then the inexperience behind them. Right. That's what I'm worried about. So but other than that, it's better than last year's.
Okay, that's what's going on. Do you feel better about safety right now than you did at this point last year? 100%. How about that?
100%. Shit, I think we hit the lotto compared to what we had last year. Compared to last year, hell yeah.
Okay, Mr. Tag Team Champ Jay Tuck down here. It's right now. I'm in a hole by myself.
Get the tablespoon.
Yeah, which is fine. How are you feeling currently with the setup now as we're looking at these safeties versus where we're at last year?
I'm feeling okay. I'm okay with it. The only thing when it comes down to Kazi is his health, right? And at least with the other guy that we had last year, he was at least for the most part of his career throughout Dallas healthy. So you really have that concern. So I feel like if something was to happen with them, it really doesn't. Who's our backup guy now? Like I said, J-Ron Kearse has been playing well from reports. I haven't heard much about Mukwamu.
Right, it's real.
They had emerged, but I think the reason why a lot of people are more comfortable this year is because we saw what Donovan Wilson was able to bring to the table. So, I know Spoon is Route 29, but it's like right now as Cowboys fans and also in the locker room, it's peaceful, and I just don't want to disrupt. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like everything is going good at this moment, and if you throw one bad grenade in there, things can get messy, sloppy. Another possibility of us possibly being on Hard Knocks and all. Like I don't want all that. I just want to.
You done brought it up though. You done brought it up though.
And I fear that. Like, so imagine you bring him in there. We're on hard. Like, it's just too much. Like, I feel like right now the guys that we have in house, they seem to be camaraderie with each other, doing well. So it's like, all right, let's keep that now. Route 33 Spoon, I'll join in. But Route 29, I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think no one is even addressing it. But also, I think they said that rumors are floating that Malik Hooker's going to probably make a decision by the end of this week. Will that happen in Dallas? I don't know, but I don't know about 29. But 33, I'm with you.
I was going to say, shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy, Matt Owen. Hold on. But shout out to my guy Matt Owen dropping those jewels on us today about his guy Holland and what he's doing down there in Miami. Real quick, man. Rockin' Move with the Chains in the building says CD has me so hyped this week. Ryan Carden as well says it's overreaction season. Absolutely.
Wide receiver one.
Uncensored with the says don't say about it. It's going smoothly, right? Yeah, don't say nothing about it going smoothly. Don't hiccup. But again, I saw this. I will say now, I did see something. I saw a tweet a few days ago about a particular Route 33, and I chose not to share it with y'all. I did. I chose not to share it because I said, boy, if I drop this on Spoon and Tuck, I'm like, dear God. I'm in trouble. Thank you for coming back because they're trying to get the tables on me, Mary.
I'm ready.
And I'm like, they're trying to get the tables. They were trying to get the tables on me on this safety position. Like, and again, Mary, right now, honeymoon season, but the honeymoon season last year, you feel better about safety right now than you did last year, or no?
Yeah, overall, I feel better about the defense as a whole than I did last year.
Okay.
Overall.
Okay.
I'm still apprehensive.
Apparently, there could be the word is anyways. I don't drop what the tweet was about. Was there's a roadblock per se in them paying Mr. Adams in Seattle?
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Oh, that's 33.
And then it turned into
oh goodness.
It could be possibly a move to make Russell Wilson happy to get something that he wants. But I mean, it's early. It's whatever.
Ooh, so I mean, so where's Russell Wilson?
No. We're not going down there. We're not going. I'm just saying that's just what they said.
Is Jamal pushing up on Sierra or what?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh,
we're back.
You know what? I blame Stephen Jones for this shit. Until he goes out here and does something, I'm never going to escape this with y'all ever. But I understand it. Hey, I understand the thirst is real. I do get it.
Like I just said a minute ago, it's like, imagine if DeMonte KZ comes out there opening line, gets 2 interceptions. Oh, we KZ jerseyed up. He's the one. Like whoever's gonna step up and be that safety man, he's gonna have bright lights of fame, man. But
Dominic started it. I'm not saying nothing. He said it. I didn't say anything. I'm innocent.
Don't blame Dominic.
Yeah.
Don't blame Dominic.
He said it. I didn't say it.
But I do think this. I will pivot off to that. Man, they got to make that choice. I do want to kind of cover this as well because it's us and a few other teams right there available for Hard Knocks. We can't dodge the bullet forever, guys. Is this the year? Is it happening? The return of Dak and all these things, this offense, and are they going to select Dallas this year?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I just really don't want to. I just really hope they don't. It's just like, why? We're already the most visible team anyway. We're going to get talked about anyway. All the extra stuff, every little clip and snippet is going to get blown up beyond what it should be, and it's just a waste of time.
They're trying to recoup that money loss from last year, that COVID. How can we get more money in this thing? The Cowboys are Hard Knocks.
They'll get it. They'll get all the dimes back, man. But I don't want Hard Knocks. Like, just keep it football. The way things are going right now, it feels like it feels like football right now. You see, but can Jerry resist? I don't know.
I mean, am I going to watch it if it's on? Of course.
That's part of the problem, Mary.
I wouldn't be mad.
In both chats, are you team Hard Knocks or hell no? Get it out of here. Drop it in there. Let us know. You want us on the Hard Knocks or team you don't? As D-Town Texas said, she's right. Yeah, we are going to watch. You already know. We're going to watch. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Look. Let me go ahead and stamp it before anybody else does. We're going to do live reaction shows after every single day. I'm just giving it a buck. We're going to do live reaction shows. We might do live watch shows if they put us on. I mean, hey, we got to capitalize if it's on.
Well, I thought about that. I was like, from a content standpoint, it'd be pretty fun. Every week.
Do you want Hard Knocks or no? Do you want Hard Knocks?
Cowboys gossip. Cowboys gossip. Did you hear what he said the other? That's what's gonna happen.
But do you want it? Are you team?
I don't mind it. I want it. I'll listen. I understand if not taking it. I only want it if you're gonna focus more on the rookies and the undrafted guys.
Well, then you don't want it.
That's okay. That's not where the money's at, bro. That's not where the money at.
People aren't tuning in to watch and they not right.
Right.
They tune in.
You know how they do. They'll pick one undrafted guy.
They're tuning in for Rain Dakota.
Right. They're gonna like, no. They'll do like the first top 2 picks. So Boss Man Fat will get some pub and Parsons and what's going on. And then it's gonna be the Dak and Zeke show. You already know it's gonna be the damn Dak and Zeke show.
This is why we have this team. This is why we are America's team. This will be the third time we're doing Hard Knocks. The third time. This will be the third time.
I don't care about that.
I'm cool. I'm like, look, I'm not married. Yeah, I mean,
Trevor Lawrence get it. Trevor Lawrence deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah, no, he can't do it. Rookie head coach. Can't do Jacksonville. Rookie head coach.
Oh yeah, rookie head coach.
Yeah. Can't do it. It's like us, Washington. No, they went to the playoffs last year. It's like us and like 3 other teams, man. It's slim pickings on who can do it.
It's really leaning towards us because other teams are like boring that we can't even remember them because nobody cares about them.
Hey, man, Owen, if you're in the chat, man, drop it. Matt Owen knows the teams, by the way. Drop the teams that's going on. Jeffrey in the building says, "Welcome back, Mary." Big salute to tuning in. Yeah, again, hey, look, man. Spoon's going to be on the Facebook Live. I'm on our YouTube Live. Keep questions and whatnot. We're going to answer questions as we're going through this thing. Unfortunately, B-Live ain't cooperating. I can't get nothing up here on this side with the comments, but we're paying attention to y'all, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Give it a like, give it a share, the whole 9. So back to some of this OTA stuff, though. Let's kind of pivot back some.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I haven't heard. Highs and lows. I've even heard. Look, and watch this. I even heard some stuff about Reggie Robinson playing corner and some things happening. I have not heard one thing about Tristan Hill or Bradley Anae. Now, that's me personally. I want to ask y'all, have y'all heard any single thing from anybody about Tristan Hill or Bradley Anae?
Well, I think, just from the little I've seen, I haven't heard a lot about any of the D-line really much at all. Like, I think Tristan Hill is still rehabbing, but other than that,
Right.
I haven't heard much about any of the guys.
Yeah, I see. I mean, definitely we've heard about Bo and some certain things, some things they like about Osa, Urban, and whatnot, where they're kind of lining up. You know, we've heard some things about Reggie Robinson. I mean, we've heard some things about the other linebackers, right? But, you know, Bradley Anae, who we were thinking maybe he's going to step into this thing with the Leo position being something that's available to Dan Quinn, and we're hearing, obviously, that's where, you know, Randy Gregory is going to be out. By the way, Randy Gregory as well. But boy, they just just nothing.
Is Tristan Hill back fully healthy though?
I think he's still rehabbing.
Hill might not be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's still rehabbing. Bradley and I might still be in Hawaii for all I know, man. Like
right. Yeah.
I think he's
those are definitely now. If you want to like talk about what's going on right now as we're heading into the camp, those two guys to me are going to have a phenomenal camp to make this team.
Right.
It's kind of where I'm at.
Tristan Hill, you think has to?
I think Tristan Hill has to have a. Oh my God! Hold on. That boy. See, well, see. Please make it audio only or remove a live source. So let me get. Hold on there. Oh, I got you real quick. I can't do video, but I can make you audio only, right? And I can show you in the stream. Boom. Professor O's in the building. Audio only. What's going on, Professor? Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
What's up, guys?
Hey, real quick. Who are the teams that are eligible for what you call it? The hard knocks.
Hard knocks.
Oh, okay. So it's Denver, Arizona, Dallas, New York Giants, Carolina Panthers. And that's based on the
yeah, okay, it's fair.
Yeah.
Arizona,
any team can volunteer. You don't have to. If you're not eligible, you can still volunteer. But they try to go with the teams that are eligible for it. So that's the criteria. It's based on if you've been on Hard Knocks in the last 10 years, if you've made the playoffs in the last 2 seasons, or if you have a new head coach. If you have one of those 3 things, you're not eligible unless you volunteer on your own.
Yeah, so Arizona could get it. Giants
Arizona,
could get it.
yeah.
Arizona's very interesting for sure. Yeah, they got JJ Watt, they added AJ Green, right? They drafted the linebacker Spoonie's guy as well. Right? They had Isaiah Simmons. Right, they got Isaiah Simmons from last year.
Yeah, they deserve it. They deserve it.
Kyler Murray,
there's the good weather out there, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, just great facilities.
Put it in Arizona, Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah, but hey, how funny is it that nobody stepped up to the plate saying, "Hey, we'll do it"?
Right. No, you're right.
Nobody.
Well, we got one thing working in our favor with Pat Mahomes and Tom Brady about to both be on the Madden cover, so
No, boy. Real quick, D-Town Texas G says, how much playing time should Dak get in preseason, if any? Matt, let me start with you on that one since you just chimed in. Let me get you the first shot at that one. How much playing time would you like Dak to get in these? What do we have? Was it 3 preseason games?
Yeah,
or 4?
It's 4.
We got the Hall of Fame game, right?
Yeah.
So we got
Hall
4
of Fame game.
Right.
Yeah,
so
we
with
got
the Hall
4.
of Fame, we have 4. So I'm talking 1 series, maybe like 3 plays, and that's it. I'm not playing them at all.
The whole preseason?
The whole preseason. 1 series max.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. Mary, okay, you agree? 1 series, that's it?
Yeah.
Wow,
we don't have time to be playing him against these like youngins that got something to prove. Like, get him out of there. He knows the playbook already. Like,
okay. Spoony, how long do you feel how much Dak should play in these 4 preseason games?
I'm with Mary. I'm with 1 series and that's it. Maybe the last game, maybe a full quarter, the most.
Okay.
First quarter, that's it.
All right, Jay. I'm about to find out if I'm a man on an island here or not. Jay Tuck, how much playing time does that need in preseason?
Well, I say need, he doesn't need much, but I know Dak will play in preseason. He's a competitor. He's going to want to be out there. So I would expect probably that 3rd dress rehearsal because I'm going to be at that game. I think it's versus Houston, maybe. I think Dak will be out there. He'll probably get 4 quarters, I would say, total in preseason reps.
Yeah, I think he played, for me, in my money, zero Hall of Fame game.
Right.
One series in week 2, maybe 2 series in week 3. Oh,
Right.
excuse me. I'm sorry. No, the third one. I'm sorry. Third was dress rehearsal. I'm sorry. Dress rehearsal first half. So 0 week 1, 1 or 2 series week 2, dress rehearsal week 3, nothing week 4. So yeah, 2 to 3 quarters is kind of maybe where I'm at, but not a ton. You know, we have to think he hasn't played football on the wall. You can practice, you can do those things, but nothing is like live bullets. So he does need to get acclimated, especially thinking about that we have the Bucs out of the gate. So I need him to get a little bit more. But yeah, I'm with you. Not a lot week 1, none week 1, none week 4, but 2 and 3. I need to get about 3 quarters up out of him in weeks 2 or the second and third preseason games is kind of what I would want.
And just from Dak's standpoint, it's a lot different from dancing on Cinco de Mayo actually getting hit. Like I think that's what he's going to need to actually, get hit and be like, all right, I'm really cool for real. All right, let's get things rocking. So I would say, 3 quarters, 4 max.
Yeah. Dallas Cowboys sister says, I think what he wants and what they will play him are 2 different things, in his opinion. Yeah, Charlie. And for sure. If it's up to Dak, he'll play every damn snap. We know he's the ultimate competitor. We understand those things for sure. Jeffrey says Sweeney looks like he's got something on his mind. I feel a rant coming. Not yet. Spoon's just had a couple mojitos.
Don't get him started.
It's okay.
Yeah, he's just,
it's okay. Matt, so Matt, I do want to circle back. Everyone's kind of in the building. I want to circle back and see what do you think so far of these OTAs? What are you high about? What are you low about? Is there a lot that you're taking away from this before we get to camp? Just your thoughts in general, Matto.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You don't want to get too high or too low on it. I'm excited about some of the things, like we're seeing continuation, not just like a one-off where, when we had the rookie mini camp and Wright got an interception, people were like, okay, well, you got an interception. It's cool. It's against rookies. And now you're continuously hearing the same things about him, and you're hearing about KZ, and you're hearing about Curse stepping up and making plays. So I'm excited about that. Until the pads come on, you really can't take too much from it. Like they're not hitting each other right now. I do like hearing the Dak's lighting it up, throwing downfield. That's exciting. Not excited about hearing Danucci still struggling and throwing picks, but I guess it's good practice for the DBs catching the ball. So, there's things to be I'm trying to be positive. There's things to be excited about. Obviously, Parsons getting rave reviews, which is great. Everybody's raving about how Gregory and specifically LVE is getting tons of love, which is good. Yeah. So there's things to be excited about, but until they have pads on, I'm not really stamping anything or writing it in pen. So. That's
right, and exactly. That's kind of what we kind of led the show off with, Matt, and just kind of circle back around. We got as the crowd's kind of growing is be excited about things. As our guy Rome says from Cowboys Fan Talk, right? Hey, this is the honeymoon season. As your guy Nick tells you, be super excited about stuff, but don't take anything to the bank and don't get too low on anything. Like, okay, well, like I said again, I saw wild tweets because they put out there, Gallup and Noah Brown got behind Diggs and scored, and like just wild tweets from people bro, chill. It's all good, bro. It's we're doing 7-on-7 stuff right now. It's not really that big. You don't like to hear that, but it's okay. It's not an Oxnard, where things are really happening.
And it's CeeDee Lamb.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And Lamb is just considered. It doesn't really matter who's guarding Lamb at this point. Right. He's just bossing everybody.
Right.
Like they've gotten to the point now in the tweets where like, oh yeah, by the way, CeeDee Lamb again. It just kind of like throw up their hands like, it just happens every practice with Lamb at this point. It's like, by the way, CeeDee Lamb did a Lamb thing again. So there's that.
Honestly,
how crazy is that?
I've seen
go ahead, Barry.
Some rival fans talking crap about, it's just practice, but it's like he did this in games to like multiple other DBs. So it's not even like this is kind of just par for the course. This is just who he is at this point. So it's not news in practice. It's not news during game day. It's just awesome to watch. I'm just excited I get to witness.
Watch it unfold. Matt, another question I'll ask you real quick too that we covered. How do you feel right now about the safeties versus last year? You feeling better? Do we need to add something? How you feeling?
No, I'm much higher on the safeties this year than I was last year. I know a lot of people at first were like, they wanted Malik Hooker, and when we got KZ, there was kind of that sigh of, I don't want to say sigh of relief, but kind of disappointment amongst the fan base. And now that people start really watching film and they're like, this guy actually does a lot of what we want him to do. He's a former cornerback converted to safety, good in coverage, takes advantage of the opportunities. People say he lucks into interceptions, but Cowboys never do that. So if we have a guy who lucks into interceptions, I'm all for that. I don't care how you get it. Jump the route or a deflection. As long as you're in the right place and you make the play, that's the most important thing. And then Curse, a guy that we've talked about multiple times in the show, a lot of people didn't know him because the two big ones in Minnesota were Harrison Smith and Harris. So he's kind of like the forgotten about guy, but he has the connection with George Edwards, who's on our staff. He's played free safety, he's played strong safety, he's played big nickel. He gives you a lot. And in terms of an upgrade from Darian Thompson, he's massive. Mm-hmm. It's a massive. So while he's not an all-pro safety, I'm not trying to oversell him. But in terms of what he can offer in that relief or third safety role is huge. I'm excited about him. And then you have Keanu Neal, linebacker, who can play safety in a pinch when needed. So I'm not trying to say we've fixed our safety position, but we've definitely taken steps to make it better than where we were.
Yeah, I mean, it's no Javon Holland or anything.
No, he's not Jamal Holland. He's not Holland or Jamal Adams or, Derwin James or those guys. But, again, you're not going to fix every position, but we've improved it. And that's a step. So I'm cool with that. Because last year I didn't feel like we improved it at all going into the season. So,
yeah.
Right. Obviously, the one thing that nagged, Donovan Wilson was injuries in college, and obviously a little injury issue at the moment, but says he's taking the steps to get rid of it. So nothing to really be worried about. I do wonder, and one thing I'll be looking at when he gets to camp, right? I'm going to look at, are they going to play with the idea of moving him to free and maybe let somebody else play safety? Are they going to move? Are these safeties, as we're looking at it, are they going to be interchangeable where, and again, that doesn't really give anyone a bead on who's what. All of a sudden you see, Wilson dropped back and, now here's Curse up in the box or KZ and what. And I kind of feel like the one thing we have done with some of these safeties is I know this is a dirty word in Dallas, position flex, but I mean just at the safety position. I'm not talking about going to play corner, all this weird stuff that we've been doing over the years. But I do feel like the safety group that we have and the top three guys that we're talking about, even if we're kicking the nail back there, they have some position flex to do some different things with this multiple defense. And that makes me a little excited, for sure. Again, the only thing we really did last year, we added HaHa, and then we got rid of HaHa, and
let me ask you this,
that was that,
So with all the interchangeable pieces and a lot of versatility on the defense, does that scare you at some point, though, that we can get too cute?
Yes.
If there was a prior regime here, for sure. With this regime, I don't know yet, and in particular, I'm just talking about Dan Quinn, right?
Right.
I got to wait and see what he does. And how it's going to play out. That's why, I'm enjoying the OTAs. I'm enjoying here. Look, hey, man, I won't know Sean Wright to walk through and be this guy, right? And he's had three. I mean, as Broad has said, I've been to 3 practices. He's played well every practice. That's great stuff to hear because no matter what people want to say about our corners, they're going up one of the best wide receiver cores in the league, right? Mm-hmm. So if he's playing well, I mean, that bodes well for us. But yeah, I don't worry about too much because we're not talking about corners going to safety, safeties going to corner, different things of that. We're just talking about, hey, well, KZ can play free and so can Donovan. He's done both. They've done both well. So if somebody needs a blow, all of a sudden we're not looking at free safety like, we're effed because KZ needs to come out the game for an elongated period of time. Like a person can come in and what do they want to do? I'll go, well, Curse, we're going to put you strong. We're going to kick Donovan free. Like that kind of flex within the position, right? Not saying, you know what? Curse, he's just going to be our tight end guy. Yeah. You know what? That's when that tight end, we're playing that good tight end. That's when Curse is going to get these snaps and he's going to line. Yeah, not that kind of cute. Just the idea of, hey, no matter what the safety is, they're kind of interchangeable to a certain extent if we're in trouble. I guess I should put it that way.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. I trust in Quinn that if it's an issue at safety, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Stephen Jones will do something if needed. Not saying how high he'll go, but or how far he'll go, but I think the respect of Quinn would, if there's something that needs to be addressed, they'll go out there and do it. And you have to when there's a proven defensive guy coming in. You can't just let him work with nothing and expect him to give you what you want, which is a guys playing better. Everything's at home. Dominic, I see you, #29, brother. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, where it boils down to it, you have to listen. I like the fact when you have guys who play multiple and stepping if you need to. We've seen guys in the past, other teams like the Patriots, they also have good guys who can be able to do that. But I also understand that could be very cute because you can also have that as an excuse to not upgrade when you can't upgrade. But I really do think if they go into training camp and they see a problem at safety, whether it's the inexperience of the rookies they'll be drafted, whether it's Kazi and his ankle and stuff like that, I think Stephen Jones will address it because it's Dan Quinn.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I don't have that much faith in Stephen Jones at all.
Smart.
Also fair, Mary. Also fair.
I mean,
right?
Dan Quinn has been here for the whole off season, and they still dragged ass on getting guys. So I don't think. I mean, they are gonna try to see what happens in the season before they, you know, even think about doing anything. If they do anything at all, it's not gonna happen anytime for the season.
Right. Right. Let me ask you this, guys, and I'll start with you on this one, Jade. So the conversation came about CeeDee Lamb and whatever, and he was kind of like his quote was basically like, "Well, I mean, special teams are important. We don't see people graduating off of special teams, right?" And that was in pertaining to CeeDee Lamb still returning punts coming up this season. So they like the special teams. You don't want to graduate off of special teams in Mike McCarthy's verbiage. How are we feeling about year 2, CeeDee Lamb? I know we wasn't really fans of it last year, but Jay Tugs, year 2 looks like CeeDee Lamb's still going to be returning some punts.
Yeah, this is where I'm going to do opposite of Mary, and I'm going to trust Jerry Jones, that Jerry Jones is going to come downstairs and say, nah, bruh. Nah.
Oh, not my 88.
Not my 88, not one of my primary investments out there returning punts, and he's going to make the play to get CeeDee Lamb off a punt return. I personally hate it. I feel like there's no point of having him out there when you have players in the house, whether it's a Simi Fioka who return kicks, hell, put Tony Pollard back there. Like, we have players that can return punts. I even saw today they mentioned that Trayvon Diggs was returning punts. Bro, you can't. Nah. The way that things are right now with our cornerbacks, you cannot risk Trayvon Diggs back there returning no damn punts, man. So I want CeeDee Lamb and also Trayvon Diggs off of special teams because they're too valuable to what we're trying to do next year. So when Mike McCarthy said that, I was like, nah, bro. He's like, can't graduate. Right. Now, he kind of mentioned that, with Randall Cobb when he had in Green Bay, he kind of graduated. I'm like, bro, you're talking about Randall Cobb to CeeDee Lamb. Like, CeeDee Lamb is your number 1 wide receiver. He does not need to be back there on punt returns anymore, so I'm out.
Somebody needs to Photoshop Lamb in like a graduation hat and a little. You can 100% graduate from special teams, okay? 1,000%. Right. I hope he's lying, or like Jay Tuck said, I hope Jerry like pulls rank and says, "Nuh-uh."
Yeah.
Either one, because it doesn't make any sense for him to be out there, especially knowing that Cooper's coming back from an injury. They're not 100% sure if he's going to be ready at training camp. You can't, then the rest of the guys behind Amari, CD, and Gallup are inexperienced. You can't put him at risk like that. You can't do it.
Right. Also, to add on,
Matt O, hold on for a second. Matt O, jumping on that. CeeDee Lamb not graduating from punt returning.
Yeah, he needs to graduate 100%. I'm with you guys. The only way that I would even consider it, is it like situationally, like 10 seconds left in the game and they're punting or something, the Davis treatment. Okay, maybe then, but if he has more than 6 punt returns this year, it's an issue.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
And I'll be honest, and let's be clear, he wasn't really a dangerous punt returner last year. So I don't really see the upside here at all. Even in a situational point, I never saw him. Look, I'm not saying that he just didn't want to do it. I'm just, special teams just wasn't good. He didn't have,
He had the touchdown on the onside kick.
That was different. We're talking about punts here. Go ahead, Spoon. Mr. Lamb not graduating from special teams yet.
Let's say I since the last season I didn't want my punt return at, or only if it's like a game time situation where we get a special play. That's about it. Other than that, it should be between Tony Pollard and Cedric Wilson. Tony Pollard is returning kicks right now. He's the main guy. Right. Listen, the man was doing that in Memphis. He's a backup running back. He would get his play, here and there to spell Z. Give him the opportunity. Give it to him all the way through.
And I'm with you, Spoon. Yeah, Spoon.
And
And I'm
he's
with
good
you.
at it.
Yes, Spoon. I'm with you because the more ways we can find a way to get the ball in Tony Pollard's hands, I think that only benefits us. You know,
Right.
and look, I get it. He kind of drove us crazy last year with the kick returns deep and bringing it out and stuff. But it's like, yo, when you're a playmaker and you're not getting enough touches, man, hey, you're gonna take advantage. If the ball's in my hand, I don't give a damn. I mean, man, I'm gonna try to make something happen.
Yeah.
And getting him on punt returns, maybe when he's eight yards deep in the end zone, like, all right, you know what, I'm looking at these punts though, so I'll chill this time. I can chill a little bit, you know. My guy Mendoza says you don't see Adam Thielen, Minnesota Vikings, undrafted rookie free agent, who's Pro Bowler in the league now. You know, Thielen on special teams anymore, where he graduated from. That's how he made his mark in the league and got onto the squad, and now you see where he's at. Detail in Texas G says, I'm interested to see what this old line looks like in the preseason. I'm assuming Tyron won't play much. I want to see what Ball does or what we do at swing tackle. Speaking of swing tackle, let's put it out there real quick.
Didn't somebody get beat in practice the other day?
Well, yeah, that hey man, the word as the legend of Micah Parsons grows, maybe not on the chess table where Amari had to school him real quick. You got to see the video. Go to Stargate, the group or the page. You found the page of the video and he schooled him up. But apparently he gave him an in-out move and damn near tore the dude's knee. You know, our swing tackle. So I mean, there's that. The one thing I'm excited about as we're talking about this O-line, I'm buying this, guys, and I'll bring in a great segue here from D-Town because this is what I want to get to. And I've kind of said this before, and people have kind of been a little mum on it. But look, I'm buying the fact that the thing that I've been pounding the table for years is I just wanted Tyron to get the surgery. Right. Just get the neck surgery, bro. Like, I understand you don't want to do it, you know, go underneath the knife. However, the quality of life in your career could be elongated because of this, you know. And even him saying, hey, look, having that time off, getting the surgery, he's like, I feel the best I felt, you know, outside of my first few years, you know, in the league. And I think it matters a lot. And as he even said, the neck bone's connected to the back, you know, all that stuff is connected to what it's doing. I'm super excited about Tyron Smith and the surgery. I think this is something where maybe we were looking at him going into the twilight. Maybe we can get him and tape him together for a year, maybe two, where as compared, because remember, he's still younger than Zach Martin. You know, he's outlasted Travis. He had to retire early to the autoimmune disease and whatnot. But if he's able to be that guy and give us 15, 16 games because of the surgery and whatnot, that's just huge for us in a lot of ways. I'm excited about the surgery. And I love what Collins is doing as well, and we're excited about this. But to me, I think one of the biggest things that happened this offseason was Tyron Smith getting that neck surgery. I think it's going to extend his career for another 3 to 4 years, guys. And I'll give you your thoughts on that. I'll start with O, and I'm going to come to Tuck. O, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited about the depth. We have an offensive line. Like, if you actually – a lot of people like Patrick No-C Walker, Voice of the Star, great on Twitter. Sure, you've probably followed him quite a bit in his career, but all of us are fans of him. He did his preseason, premature 53 and doesn't have ball on the roster in the top 53, which is interesting because we spent a 4th-round pick on him. And that's just because you're looking at the depth at offensive tackle, and you have Ty Nseki, who was brought in. He's a journeyman, played a long time. He's somebody you could switch in either spot if needed. Then you have guys like Steele and Knight that got a lot of playtime last year. So we have quite a bit of experience when you're looking at the number 2 unit compared to most teams out there in the league. A little bit concerned on the interior, but still Connor McGovern got a little bit of snaps last year. And then hopefully Farniok and some of the guys, Mitch Hyatt, somebody like that can contribute there. But yeah, in terms of prolonging Tyron's career, I mean, people think of him as this like 35, 36-year-old tackle, and he's 30. Like, he turns 31 this year. It's crazy. Yeah. It just seems like he's played forever because he was so young when we drafted him. So if it prolongs his career for another 3 or 4 seasons, that's phenomenal. I hope it does, and I'm excited about having him back there, especially having him early. Like, he was somebody I thought, with his injury, maybe we'll see him at some point in training camp. But the fact that he's not in contact but good to go in OTAs is definitely promising.
Right. Shouts to that guy Sid, Dallas Cowboys for life in the building. Says, I hate that Cooper to miss the beginning of training camp due to an ankle injury. Like, come on, man, already. It's Cooper, man. It'll be all right, brother.
Well, he had
It'll
a
be good.
surgery.
But Jay,
To be
real quick,
fair, his
real quick,
to the neck surgery
was
and what's
from,
going on.
like the
Sorry, guys,
off-season,
real quick.
so.
Shane put
Right,
in that he's
right.
been out. Just had a new member of his family, Mason. So congratulations to you guys.
Hey, congrats.
Congrats, man.
Hey, shout out to Shane. That's
Woohoo.
awesome. That is awesome. But the neck surgery with Tyron Smith, extended his career. So you buying, you selling. What do you think?
Yeah, hopefully on the most standpoint, man, he comes back healthy because, like you said, he's still fairly young and he's a very important piece to what we're trying to do moving forward. So even if we get, 14, 15 games out of Ty Smith for the most part, especially in the times that actually count, that gives our offense a huge boost. And then also, we talked about Lyle Collins also being back healthy. So, we see what PFF currently ranked our offensive line as 6 overall because you add Ty Smith back. Even though he's older, he's still top 5 left tackles in the NFL. You add back Lyle Collins, you get a healthy Zach Martin. Tyler Biadasz said that he is more in sync with Dak Prescott than ever before. Like he wanted to be on the same page, and it sounds like from the conversations they are. And then you still have, Connor Williams there. But I think what you also got to talk about, what we also mentioned is that, the layer of depth that we added, especially last year with all the injuries. So a lot of guys got a lot of quality reps. Now, I think Josh Ball will make the roster, to be honest with you. That's just me personally, unless he kind of just drops the ball in camp. But I think he'll make the roster there. But you still have, yeah. But you also got to add on, Connor McGovern, Brandon Knight, also Terrence Steele, and also the question mark we kind of spoke about a second ago was, possibility of bringing in Joe Looney at the center position if we do need a backup center that actually played the position. So, something definitely keep an eye on, but I'm not as concerned as our offensive line because of the guys that got reps last year. So, hopefully Tyron Smith is healthy. And because people forget, he was a Pro Bowler the year before in 2019. So he just got the injury, got the surgery. So, yeah, I feel like there's upside for Tyron just staying healthy. So.
And of course, we got Alacron as well from the Mexican League over here as well, who's put on the son away and what he's going to do with defense tackle. But I'm with you. I think, outside of what Ball had, we've discussed this on the show. We're not going to rehash that anymore. It is what it is. We've talked about that. We all know he was a second. Look, he had a second round grade on him. But the whatever. So I'm with you. I don't. And again, I think it's silly to do 53-man roster. Look, for those that hate. And watch, I'm gonna be funny here. Those that actually, hate mock drafts, I hate 53-man rosters in June. I'm like,
right.
I was like, we ain't put pads on yet. I don't know.
Right. Can I see a
Yeah.
preseason game? Like,
It's fun to do. Like, hey, how close can I get to it? Right, because you kind of have an idea and whatnot. But it's like, can we get to camp a little bit and see some things where we start picking the 50? And there's a lot of sites that are doing that, right? I'll break you. I don't know what that says, Spoon. So just tell us.
That's kind of what we did with the Jordan brand.
It will be the only Jordan Brand QB, the only Cowboys player, and highest paid NFL player on the Jordan Brand roster.
Oh, no, there it is.
You're probably right now.
Dez was Team Jordan, right? Dez was Team Jordan, but he's gone.
He's a fucking baller, man. That's pretty.
Yeah,
much
we do. But once he lined up with the black joints, we were looking at it, like, oh yeah, we know it was coming.
If you ever try to hoop in Jordans, man, them ain't the best shoes. So I need some special cleats for the ankle, man. I need, I need to try to hoop in some Jordans.
Well, wasn't he practicing in Jordan cleats the other day? And everybody was.
He was sending shots. He was sending shots, man. So no more to that.
I wonder if he has already. I wonder if that was him, like, come get me and sign me, or if that was him, like, after they had already knew that they wanted him. Like, I wonder what happened with that.
Hey, and as I said before, it was officially announced. Man, just wait for that commercial, that comeback commercial. Y'all know how Nike do in the Jordan brand. Oh yeah,
I'm gonna pin the tweet.
Just wait for the Cowboys shop. You know the Cowboys are gonna have gear in the shop, so we're gonna start having Jordan Cowboys gear out there.
Yeah, man.
Well, ain't the official? The Cowboys gonna win it this year, fools? Some Jordans, like that's the meme outfit. You gotta wear.
The starter kit.
The starter kit, man. Cowboys we gotta get
my starter kit out because I got one. I used to hate that every year. I was like, man, that's me. I hate y'all.
Yeah.
I was like,
I think I'm gonna wear that same outfit to Tampa with the Zeke jersey with the stars, the jean shorts, and some J's on, man.
I'm so happy.
Hey, real quick though, just imagine how much money. I mean, hey, did they say how much he signed for Spoon or no?
No, they didn't say, but I'm happy.
It's 5
again,
years,
I
though.
mean-
It's 5 years.
I know what Odell got like the $20 million deal from Nike. It's got to be
Right.
more than that,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
right?
I'm
It's
just
got to be
happy.
more than that.
This is
I'm
Dallas
just happy
Cowboys.
I'm not the only one that lays out the next day the Cowboy jersey and what sneaker am I gonna wear with that. I'm glad y'all do the same thing, so I know I ain't the only
You got
one.
a drip, man. You got a drip.
Oh no! Hey, look, I used to, man. I would lay my drip out and take pictures of game day gear. I used to lay my drip out there. Oh yeah, come on, man. You got. Hey, look, I learned that from Dion. Man. If you dress good, you look good. You look good. You
Right.
play good. So I'm looking for a good day for sure.
Listen, I go to
Yeah, Brandon Boy. Hey, Brandon, you're not wrong. Boy says I need that Jordan 4 and Cowboys colorway.
yeah, Jordan
Stat.
4?
Yeah, that 4. Yeah, stat, Brandon. You are not wrong on
Mm.
that. Big,
I spent
big time.
$240 on LeBron James Dallas Cowboy footwear. All right, Dallas Cowboy sneaker. This is like 5 years ago, and when he put it out there, $240. I said, I'm gonna buy these pair because I'm going to the draft. I got to match up. I got to look good and look fresh. I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that. That made me feel good.
But it only lasts for 10 minutes. You get to the stadium, you spill Cowboys Readers all over your shirt, you're sweating and tailgating. It's like, all right, man.
Look, I'll tell y'all what. I had so they did the Jordan 19s in the Cowboys colorway, right? It was the Mavs technically. So they had the City Dallas on the side. They had the 5 stars down them and whatever. So I bought 2 pairs. I had to hook up, whatever. Bought 2 pairs, and I wore 1 pair out. So I finally, a couple years ago, I broke out the other pair, started wearing. So I was going to the Saints game. I was like, yo, Saints game, y'all got to rock them. I got to rock them. Then, of course, that's whenever Jalen was rocking. He put that hit on Kamara. You know, we end up winning the game. Man, so we're leaving. Now, if you ever go to the game and you're going to Uber away, guys, boy, it's a long trek to the Uber stables. It's a long trek to the Uber stables. You know, you're going to pass some apartments. You're going to have some guys talking to you, trying to get you to do it's wild. Right. Hey, man, about halfway there, I was like, man, this don't feel right. I was a little lit. I looked down. I was like, yo, my soul came up off that thing. I said, oh, no. Man, I had to go pay some money to get them repaired. Like, man. It was tragic. It was tragic. Yeah, it was super tragic. But now let's pivot back real quick to these OTAs. And maybe let's hit something, because we're telling everybody not to hit the panic button, right? Stay even keel, if you will. So I'm gonna go around. If you're hitting the panic button on one thing heading into camp, I'll start with you, Matt-O. What's the one thing where you're like, man, if we're gonna add something, maybe this is where we need to add it, or what are you not feeling confident about heading into camp?
I mean, truthfully, I feel kind of bad going first because I think we're all going to say the same thing, but it's cornerback.
That's all right.
Like, what are we going to do at cornerback? Are we going to bring in a veteran, or is Kelvin Joseph or Sean Wright going to step up and be that guy? I know a lot of the fans are kind of collectively down on Anthony Brown and don't want him to start, but as of right now, read the tea leaves, you read the tweets, that's what it is right now. So, and if he's balling out, good for him. I hope he does take the job, but I can't say I feel confident there. I'm excited about being able to stop the run. It's not proven until we see it, but I'm excited about the additions we have there. I'm excited about what we added in the pass rush. I'm excited about quite a bit. It's just that cornerback spot. And, maybe Blossman's that guy, maybe Wright's that guy, maybe it's collectively all of them helping out. But that's the one spot where I'm like, I'm not panicking, but I'm sweating a little bit there.
Okay. All right. Mary, if you're worried about any position hitting into camp, what's the one thing that you're worried about?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely corner. I mean, we don't have much help there, and we've got guys that have had
Sean
issues.
Wright, guys.
Anyways, so
no Sean Wright.
I like him. It's just we haven't seen him with pads or anything, so we gotta pump the brakes.
The veterans we have injury histories. They've missed multiple games due to injury. Then we've got some inexperienced guys there. So, it's scary, definitely scary. This is basically kind of, I won't say but close to how the safety position felt last season.
Okay. Big cause for concern. Jay Tuck, what you worried about? If you're worried about anything.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. Cornerback position, man, because we also got to take in consideration. What if Trayvon Diggs is not who we think he is? Like, you know, and that could be bad. You know, what if the Trayvon Diggs we saw in the earlier half of the season, that's who he really is? And so, you know, we really don't have a veteran besides Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis. That's what we have to hold our hat on. Because at least last year, I at least had Cheeto, you know, kind of in the mix. I kind of felt comfortable after we left on from Byron Jones. But now, since the cupboard's bare, and like I said, y'all, Nashawn Wright and Kelvin Joseph, these are the two most important rookies for me personally, because I need them to be day one ready, because we have killers out the gate. Like, we don't have time to kind of just figure things out. Like, we have Tom Brady, we have Mike Evans, we have Gronk, we have Jalen Darden, like, out the gate. Like, there's no time to kind of just work things out. Also Kansas City, Atlanta, like, we have a lot of teams that can air us out. And so I really need one of these rookies to really step up and become that guy that we ultimately need, which is CB2, because I don't think the Cowboys are going to go get a cornerback, you know, via free agency, because the cupboard's bare right now. It's either Poole or Sherman, and kind of reading Sherman's tweets, he kind of blocked my girl Meg for tweeting him every day, but I don't think he's coming. I don't think he's coming to Dallas, and so, you know, it really kind of leaves Poole available, and, you know, that's about it.
Spony?
Oh, well, you guys know how I stand. The second day, you know, we drafted 2 cornerbacks in this year's draft. We drafted 2 last year. One was getting bounced around. Diggs was the rookie. You know, he played well towards the end. But we drafted 2 this year. We don't know why we drafted 2. And Tuck just sparked something that I know I'm surprised is not even becoming a conversation. We've been going on linebacker, but gee, we drafted 2 cornerbacks, 2, when we already drafted 2 last year. So, and again, is under a different coaching staff last year versus this year. So that needs to be kind of like, you know what? So we, you know, it's a kind of a thought that how do they feel about Diggs the second year? That's the one thing. Safety is the other thing. Again, we have no future at safety past this season at all that we know of. Yes, Donovan Wilson came in last season, 10 games, but again, this is not part of Quinn's guy. And we all, as long as we're watching the NFL for a long time, you know, we know that new coaches who come in, they want their guys. They don't care about the guy drafted last year. Unless you are all pro, we can't get rid of you. So it is, and there's nobody tying to a big contract that they just can't easily give up. You could trade Diggs tomorrow to the Patriots for Gilmore if you wanted to in a pick. I'm not putting out there they will, but that's an example right there and there. That'd be something, right? But but going to what Tuck said, that's something that nobody has really discussed. And 2 cornerbacks. We're hearing Nashawn Wright and Bossman. We signed Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis. So what is leave Diggs at? Where is, you know, you can't say that Bossman and Nashawn Wright are out the door. No, it's got to be somebody who's already on the roster. And it can't be a backup. You know, and then as far as safety, that's
and again, I mean, let's not forget, you know, Maurice Kennedy's on the roster, and I'm sorry, I was saying, let's not forget Maurice Kennedy's on the roster who's had some positive things written about him so far in camp, who set out last year due to COVID, and of course Reggie Robinson, who popped today apparently at camp. So there's some guys, but again, those are just some guys, right? You know, definitely. I mean, there's definitely concern there. I'll be honest. Me, man, I'm pressing the panic button at quarterback personally. That's kind of where I am.
Fair.
You know, look. We know. Look,
you said quarterback.
Yeah, QB. Look, we know. Look, if Dak has gone for a elongated period, if he's gone for the season again, like, I don't care what team you are. It's very much an anomaly. If you lose your quarterback, you go do anything in this league. But I don't know if we have a guy in house that can put it together for 4 games for us. I don't know. Look, I like Double G. I like Gilbert. Don't get me wrong. I like what he did against the Steelers last year. On the same token, if you go back and watch that game, boy, we just bringing out all the tricks, special teams, reverses. Like we were doing a lot of things to somewhat help him. And DiNucci, as Mary talked about a little earlier in the show, is just not it And
all
we brought in
all
JT
these rookie
Barrett.
highlights y'all seeing for interceptions, they coming from Ben.
Yes.
You're like, oh, Jabril Cox got an interception. Who? Oh, it's Ben DiNucci. Oh, Michael Parsons with a pick six. It was Ben DiNucci. Like, God dang, bro.
You know, so yeah, I would like for them to go out and maybe just not just go get any guy, but something that says, all right, maybe he can compete a little bit more and push Gilbert more, because I don't like at this point, I don't think there's anybody to push the roster on Gilbert right now. And I think we do at least need some competition there. You know, I'm not saying it's to go be RG3 or nothing like that, but go give me a guy that can come in here and at least push Gilbert and give us an idea. Maybe, hey, if that's going to miss a couple of games, man, the ship won't sink. You know, and I think a lot of people are sold on Gilbert because of. Yeah, I think a lot of people are sold on Gilbert because of the Steelers game, but I'm like, hey, cool. But I'm not all the way sold on that. But
1,000% agree.
Yeah, and I want to say
With that
this
being
about the cornerback position, man. I feel like where the Cowboys got, we really took for granted that we were going to get a day one ready corner in the draft, and we got snaked. And I feel like, you know, because think about it, we were arguing so much, you know, Parsons, Horn, and, you know, Farley.
You know what?
And
I'm still mad at the Broncos now. You know what?
I
That
know,
just reminded me.
because we didn't see that coming, so it created a huge hole, because we'll be talking about right now, okay, we got Patrick Surtain, we got Diggs, we got Anthony Brown, we got, you know, Jordan Lewis. We're feeling a lot better versus, bruh, you're kind of you got
if you had Samuel over Kelvin, would you feel better?
No comment.
Okay. Fair enough. No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. But yeah, you know, and how I ended up losing the bet to SoFlo. Shout out to our guy Jonathan. You know, is that look, the Cowboys never really just paint themselves all the way to a corner leading up to the draft. That's what they did at corner. That's exactly what they did. And Horn went at 8, and then you know we stared Denver in the face like, you ain't passing that quarterback, bro.
Yeah, Justin Fields.
You ain't gonna do
Justin
it. You gonna take that
Justin
quarterback?
Fields ruined our draft, y'all. Justin Fields, he blew up a lot of
no, you're right. You're right.
Like, if you would have just been
You're
a top 10 worthy quarterback, man, things would have fell in place. But yeah, so once that happened, man, it's a huge hole. And I think the Cowboys really hung their hat like, all right, we're gonna get either of these two guys. We like them both. You know, it is what it is. Whoever falls. And it's like, damn. All right, now what?
Okay, would you at this point then? Would you rather have taken Caleb Farley higher instead of Parsons then? I'm throwing it out there.
Yeah. I think I would have went with Farley. I'd have been okay with Farley. You know,
I don't know. It's too much. It's too much. I'm tired of taking injured people in the first round.
Right.
Feel that. Spony, would you win Farley over Parsons?
Nah, I you know what? It was Parsons all the way, especially two things. The comment you made, you said before the draft that the one person that nobody's been talking about is Parsons to the Cowboys. That was one. And then Tuck, when the Tuck came out and said, we did a mock draft, and he basically said, imagine a mock draft with Horn and Surtain already taken. So it's, in my opinion, it was like, you know what? Those are the two things that got my head. That's like, you know what? It's like these guys do some brutal stuff from the come out with it, and it's gonna happen. It happened in that draft night.
It was a doomsday scenario, and it happened like the week of draft. Like all of a sudden, you start seeing this doomsday scenario, worst case. I was like, oh, that's not gonna happen. Like, hell no.
Yeah.
And then boom, it was the
some of
bitches.
Here's the thing. But I'll tell you this, Tuck. We all been going back and forth on the linebacker about LE Dennis Smith, what scheme they're gonna run. Is this gonna be is a 3-4 base with a 4-man line, all that stuff. Again, today as we speaking, they drafted 2 cornerbacks in the draft. While you had one last year.
I mean, three technically, they're just gonna put him to safety in Israel from South Carolina.
What is that? Is there something that we should be looking at? Oh, nah, it's nothing. Because that right there is like, you know what? That is something to think about. Why would you do that if you already got your starting pick? Is he the future in your eyes? What is it? What is there going to be a change that somebody may change a position that we don't know of yet? That right there is something to look at.
Or are you going to throw a bunch at the wall and hope something sticks? So,
and of course, too, cuts are coming, right?
Right.
Look, I mean, it's been out there that if they can't get nothing from Gilmore, they're probably going to cut him. And maybe that's the look, but he wants a contract. But I mean, other guys, I mean, as my guy Mendoza said, man, we still have a pool party. Look, I'd be completely okay bringing in Brian Poole. He's the right side of 30 and whatnot. He's a good veteran. He's played well in this league.
Right.
There's definitely guys that can add. But I think at this point, I think they've built this roster. I think they're solid. They're going to get to camp. Now, once camp gets rolling and whatnot, they look at things. Then maybe they decide they need to pivot and do something. But I think right now we're locked, stocked, and ready to rock for at least the first couple of weeks and through one or two preseason games. And then if there's a particular issue, then I think they'll address it, right? Unless something lands in their lap. Now, that's the one thing about all this. Unless something lands in their lap, things that happen in the NFL are wonky at times. Like the Patriots made a move for Julio. Julio didn't want to go there though.
Yeah.
So he ended up in Tennessee. So, things can happen, but where they end up, is different things that happen there. So, but with that being said, though, man, we've kind of touched on all the OTAs. Man, we're waiting on these dates. We're waiting on this announcement that the Cowboys are going to be on Hard Knocks this season.
Yeah, don't start.
Don't start.
I am just
We're not
saying,
putting
man.
that in the air.
But with that
We're not
being said,
doing
yeah, no doubt. Hey, but we'll be doing these live watch shows with y'all. Don't even worry about it. With that being said, Jay, man, let the people know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys all, as always, man. Happy to have Mary back. It's like the missing link is here.
Yeah.
You guys can find me on Twitter at jtuck151. Of course, on Cowboys Fans Only. On my YouTube channel, comment, like, subscribe. Also, CowboysFansOnly.com for your CFO merch, and also here on with my Star Gang family. And I think it's just incredible, but to see, Dak was going from losing the leg to signing with Jordan Brand. I mean, that's a total comeback.
Well, Matt Owen showed that picture of him in the air throwing the ball. So earlier today, he kind of talked to us, said air Dak before he even signed. And I said, man, it's pretty good for a guy with a prosthetic ankle.
Yeah,
Apparently that's not a real leg. It's he said it was photoshopped. Yeah,
right.
Amazing how that went, right? Mary, tell people they can find you on Twitter.
On Twitter at Star Gang Beauty and Facebook Mariella Bowers in the Star Gang group. And please post, please interact with us. We love when you guys do that.
Yeah, well, we over 5,300 strong in the group now, Mary. And we're almost
Harmony.
3,000 strong on the page. Well, we're building it up. As my guy just said, Mendoza, Tyler Badaz today out there kicking them field goals. Connor, look, find you somebody like Connor Williams in that picture that supports you, how he was supporting Tyler kicking those field goals today.
Right.
That's what you want in life. Man, that was fire. So we got an emergency kicker. Look, we had Jeff Heath at one point. Well, now we got Tyler Badaz, emergency kicker. He's ready.
Lord.
Spoony. Wait, Spoony. You know what? Spoony, did you need your minute? I didn't even ask you. I'm sorry. Are you good tonight, or do you need your minute?
Way, I'll just take off my glasses for a second.
Oh, goodness.
Go ahead, Spoon, ladies and gentlemen. Anytime you tune in, if it's not Mary, if it's not story time with Mary, we will give you Spoonie's minute. We should have given it to Mary because it's the first show back, but then we'll put the pressure on her. Then we'll put that pressure on her. But Spoonie, your minute, Mary. You got to be the keeper of the time here. This was like old times now. So
yes,
I'll be brief.
okay. Ready, Spoon?
Cowboy Nation. The first lady of Cowboy Nation is back, Miss Mariella. God bless. Thank you very much. The tag team champ of Attitude in the Attitude era of Safeties and Position, and myself and Tuck, the Professor O, with all the numbers you want, and he'll graduate you only if you please him the right way. We got the Fly and DJ Nix. All of us back together, sharing some great news. Dak Prescott signing with the Jordan Brand. We were talking about things in camp that we haven't heard in years. We have depth in positions that we don't even know who's coming, who's going. There's reasons why we should be excited. There's no reason why we should be questioning other stuff. The Cowboy Nation is forming. The team of the 90s, the spirit that we embraced a long time ago is rising up. The football gods right now are saying, I'm going to bless Cowboy Nation with Hard Knocks. Excuse my English. There's no fucking reason why we should be pissed off, but embrace the reason to rule America's team, damn it. Don't you ever forget that. Don't you ever question why Cowboy Nation is getting this time. Don't question why Cowboys signs are in supermarkets. We are America's team.
What?
The NFL does not work without the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys does
Okay,
not
Spoon.
work without the best fans in the world.
Woo.
American team.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying. Understand,
All right.
embrace it.
All right.
Don't
Okay.
talk about it.
All right.
Don't question it.
one
Embrace
thing,
it.
one thing before you go, Nick. So tomorrow night, me and Rome, Cowboys fan talk, we're going to be teaming up against these Eagles guys.
Oh.
I need
Ooh.
big Spoonie energy tomorrow night, man, because these Eagles fans, they've been acting kind of weird. I don't even know why we're addressing them tomorrow, but we got some things to talk about. So I need all Cowboys
I just want to take the
fans
bet.
to ride tomorrow. And yeah, we gotta. They ain't gonna take the bet.
Tomorrow
Man. They scared.
No, they're gonna take the
6
bet,
p.m.
man.
They're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Listen,
They're not gonna take that
Yeah,
bet.
take
They
the
all
bet.
they all went to sleep.
Tuck.
Yeah,
Help
yeah,
the
they
Eagles
got,
fans
come on,
right
take that
now.
bet. Don't be scared, Philly Notion. All
When
you
the
got,
Cowboys
don't be scared.
fans
Take that
into
bet.
territory, we're gonna fuck shit up.
Well,
Yes,
Woo.
I got.
Let's believe that.
Whoa. Okay, whoa.
I'm sorry. I'll get fined for this from Mendoza.
let-
I'll get
Those
fined
drinks
for
are
that
kicking
one.
in, aren't
It is
they?
time.
My guy Jesse, my guy Jesse said the band is back in town. Fire emojis. Also said I love Spoonie Rants. Matt Owen says kind of want a Spoonie Minute Star Gang shirt. We're about to get that rolling. We got to cook it up on the back end. You have one more thing there, J Tuck.
yeah, let me show the video.
Look,
real quick.
y'all keep
Hold on,
now. See,
hold on.
I've tried to get out of here 3 different times. Now y'all know me.
Hold on.
Y'all keep
Hold on.
playing with me. We're gonna
Hold
keep going.
Hold on. We're gonna get out of here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell no. Oh, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. Wow.
Like he put that out there and recorded it, placed it online.
No, but that boy, but y'all see my boy J Tuck put that Kawhi Leonard laugh behind it.
Yeah, man. They were talking real reckless.
Hey, look, actually, go to J Tuck's Twitter, dial up that video,
Yeah, it's on Twitter.
and watch him mark off on that. Man, with that being said, man, appreciate y'all rocking with us. They're trying to get me. Y'all know I'm the 5-6 hour guy. They're trying to get me going. They're trying to fire me. Yeah, y'all trying to fire me up. I keep trying to get out of here. But with that being said, man, awesome to actually have Voltron 4 back together with Mary Maddow, everybody in the building. Our guy Jay Tuck from CFO. Sid was in the comment section earlier, man. Shout out to David Jixon, Sid Fire Show as well. That David Akers, Mendoza, I see you. Hey, man, your _ Nick's Twitter, man. Come follow me. I'm this close to 1,000, trying to break that barrier.
Me too, man.
Also, Stargate is the
Follow me.
group. Yeah, follow us. We're trying to get there. Stargate is the group. Stargate is the page, as it is on Facebook. Like I said, we're 5,300 strong in the group. We're almost at 3,000 likes and follows on the page, so make sure you do those things. And then, man, we're trying to get to the 1,000 followers on YouTube. That's where we need everybody at, man. We're trying to get everybody directed over there. Stargate Podcast, no spaces in between it. Exactly how it sounds, how you spell it. Go over there. I mean, we're I looked, I think we're at 400. So, if you will.
Yeah. We'll get to 1,000 by the season.
Stuff. So, over there, get us up, man.
1,000 by
Next
the
whistle
season.
will be there. After parties pop up. If you had the notification bells hit everywhere, you'll catch us from live. Appreciate you as always.
Bye. Whew. That was good.